Now we want to perform remote management from the Windows 10. That means suppose we are assuming that this system is in Mumbai or USA and this system is in Chandigarh. So by using this system, we want to remotely manage this system. So for that we have to use the RDP protocol. But before using that RDP protocol, we need to implement something on Windows 2016 server. Then only this Windows 10 will be remotely able to access. Now this is very useful service. So in our case, what we are going to do, we will go to the server manager, and from server manager we are going to add one service. So in our case, add role and features. Next, we are going to use by default. Now on which system we want to install? C16. Next, now which service we want to install? In our case, we want to install remote desktop services. So we have to click this. When we want to remove, we have to uncheck this. So we are going to say next, next, next. Now here a lot of options are there, but in our case we are going to choose this option, which is we are going to say add this remote desktop session host. Then we are going to say next. Now what it is saying, sometimes Windows requires restarting, so and sometimes we forget to restart. So if we are going to check this, what will happen if the window need restarting? So what will happen automatically after installing the software, this server will get restart. So now the service is going to get installed. That means now this we can manage this system from remote, whether this is a Windows system or Linux system. That means from this system, what we can do, we can remotely manage this system. For that we have to use some protocol. That protocol's name is RDP protocol. So in our case, it is going to it is installing. So then what will we do? It is going to reboot the system. Then we will go there, and here we are going to search remote desktop connection. In remote desktop connection, what we are going to do, we will enter that whatever is the IP address. So 172.24.0.16, but only after we are able to install. So what it is saying, installation started. Same way, if your server is Linux, then we need to use some software called Putty or SSH for doing that. But now because this is Windows server, and for that we need to install RDP protocol. Now we will wait for it to start. So it is stopping, then again it will take a little bit time. So in our case, what we are going to do, so we are waiting for this to restart. Then what we will do, we will go to our Windows 10 system, and then we will try to remotely access that. Until and unless we are going to restart, what will happen? When we are going to say connect, we will see what will happen, because still that that system is getting started. So it is going to ask for the username. Now what is the username? Username is administrator. And what is the password? Whatever password we have given, and that is still what is saying, remote desktop cannot connect or remote at one of the reason. Access to server is not enabled, remote computers is turned off, remote computers is not available. So because still it is on a starting stage. So we will little bit pause the video for some times, and then again we will come back. Let us resume the recording. So now we this server got restarted, so we can log in. Even no need to log in. So what is the username here? Administrator, and whatever is the password we have to specify. Now here, now again we will try to connect. Now configuring remote session, administrator, and whatever is the password. So now it is saying the connection is not safe, but we are going to say okay, no issue, yes. That means on Windows 10 system, the screen of that Windows 2016 server is available. That means remotely we can do anything. So still it is configuring. So what is happening? It is showing you the screen of 2016 server. And if you are going to carefully look here, again it is still starting that server manager. So here in our case, if we have to work on Windows 10, we can work. If we have to work on 2016 server, so what we can do, we can click on this, because so many systems are running, so little bit on slower side. So that is remote management. If we have to remove, then what we have to do? So let us again add whatever is the password. So what if we have to remove? For removing, what do we have to do? We have to go into again manage. So still it is processing. So what do we have to say? Remove roles and. So let us first let us finish the, because still it is processing server manager. After what we have to do, we have to go to the remote, this remove role end. That means if we now want to remove this facility, then what we have to do? Next, on which system? This system. Still it is saying that previous installation. So we are going to close this screen. So what we have to do? We will remove this. But before that, let us properly check. Now it is saying that our session has ended. So how you are going to connect? That means this is the connection. So then you are going to say connect. Then it is going to ask for the username and password. So yes, so that screen will be visible to us. So that is how remotely we can configure. So that means that servers are available, that now we can, that means from this system that service is available. That means we can remotely manage that system. Even when we are trying to remove, we can use this service. But if you have to disconnect, what will happen? That service got disconnected. Administrator, whatever is the password. So how to remove this service? We have to just go to this remove. But before that, let us disconnect this session, close this session. That means now we want to remove that service. So for that purpose, next, we are going to uncheck this, remove features, next, we are going to say restart the system. Then so that was how that remote desktop services works. So remote desktop services are used for remote management of Windows 2000 server. That means if you have enabled the remote desktop services on 2016 server, so by using Linux or Windows clients, we can remotely access that server. Please remember, whenever we implement our 2016 server on any cloud provider, whether it is AWS or Google Cloud or Azure, by default that RDP is enabled. So if your machines or instances are running on cloud, so those instances again we have to access by using RDP protocol. So that was how to configure your remote desktop services and how to use these services.